Hello friends, welcome to Newton's Club. This video is the continuation of sales and marketing video part 1. Previously, we discussed three generic roles in sales department: managers, analysts and executives. Managers are those who directly deal with the customers. Analysts are those who do analysis and make strategic plans for company sales to grow. And executives are those who handle documentation, system maintenance and communications. Similarly, for marketing, we have managers, researchers, and creators. While we were discussing these roles, we came across some specific terms that are very important to understand, such as market analysis, budgets, pricing models, payment terms, order placement process, and documentation. Let's go through one by one and understand what they mean. Let's start with market analysis, also called market research. This is crucial for any business as it involves understanding the market conditions. But what are market conditions? A market is a place with many customers and suppliers where buying and selling happens. For example, consider a company in India. It would be wrong to assume that this is the only company selling this product or that there is only one customer buying the product. There will be hundreds of suppliers and hundreds of customers who are in the business of same product. Every supplier's aim is to gain maximum market share at a good price, while every customer wants a good quality product at a lower price. This situation with multiple buying and selling partners brings in a competition which we call a price war. A price war is a competition among rival suppliers who lower the price point on their products in a strategic attempt to undercut one another and capture greater market share. And this results in different price points from different suppliers for the same product in the same market. All these factors, including the total market size, number of customers, number of suppliers, and the pricing, comes under market analysis. This data is crucial for understanding our organization's position in the market and for making strategies for future growth. This is one of the major activities of sales analysts. An example market analysis looks like this. Seeing this, we can clearly say that Tata has major market share, almost half of the market. You see, the prices are less than the average, which might be why Tata has such a high market share. If I were in the rival company of Tata, I might say, reduce the production cost and match the quality of product, and we can increase our market share very easily. This is exactly why market analysis is important, to understand our position and to make strategic plans to improve our business. Now let's move on to the next topic, budgets. Budgeting, also known as forecasting or planning, is a crucial activity in any organization. It involves estimating how much sales we will achieve in the next period, which can be a month, a quarter, half a year, or a year, though typically it's for a year. But why is it important to forecast? The first thing that comes to my mind is for planning resources. If we forecast selling 1000 units, we have to plan to produce those 1000 units, right? Which in turn means we need to plan to procure raw materials for those 1000 units. We need to plan for manpower and we also need to arrange machinery. So for all this planning, budgets are essential. And now the second reason for budgeting is for setting internal goals. A budget of 1000 units sets a target for the entire organization. And thirdly, budgets help in prioritization of projects. If an organization sells 100 different products, some will be more profitable than the others, right? Our priority should be always to sell more of those high profit products to increase the overall profit of the company. And it is very important to know, budget preparations use information like historical data, seasonal trends, and management targets. An example budget looks like this. Number of units sold per month or quarter, at what price, region-wise, product-wise, etc. With this data, our objective should be to achieve this budget at any cost. Next, let's discuss pricing models or agreements. Firstly, what is price? A price is the amount of payment or compensation given by one party to another in returns for goods or services. Generally, a sales manager of an organization quotes a price to the customer, which may involve negotiations before reaching an agreement. Let's say the sales manager quotes $11 per unit. First question: how did the sales manager arrive at this price? And second question: will the customer accept this price? And what is the basis for the customer saying this price is too high? For the first question, there are many methods the sales manager could have used to determine that $11 per unit is an ideal price to quote. One of the simplest and most common models is cost-based pricing. For manufacturing a good, we need raw materials, right? Apart from the raw materials, there are machines, people, and systems in place in an organization. And all these have costs. The sales manager will calculate the total cost for producing one unit, let's say $10, and then add some profit, maybe a dollar, and finally quotes $11 per unit. Now for the second question, remember our market discussions? There will be many suppliers providing the same product in the same market. So there might be another supplier selling the same product at $10.5 per unit. Basis this, the customer might negotiate for a lower price and finally agreeing on $10.5 per unit. A win-win situation for both supplier and customer. This is generally how a price agreement happens. Now moving on to the payment terms. Payment terms define how, when, and by what method customer pays the suppliers. Here are some common examples. Number one, payment in advance. The customer pays 100% before the material is delivered. Customer hates this, but suppliers love it. Number two, cash on delivery. A win-win situation for both. And number three, payment after 30 days of receiving the material. The customer loves this, but supplier hates it. And there are many other methods which we'll encounter during practical exercises. Finally, let's discuss order placement and documentation process. Order placement and documentation are complex processes involving robust IT systems to track, communicate, and record each transaction step. Let me take you through an order placement process. Once the product, price, and the payment terms are finalized, the supplier issues a document called as Proforma invoice to the customer detailing all the agreed terms. It looks something like this. The customer then checks this document and if everything is correct, sends an official purchase order to the supplier. It looks something like this. After receiving the purchase order, the supplier confirms the order and starts internal communication with the production and logistics teams for production and dispatch planning respectively. ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning Systems, are commonly used to facilitate these processes. So, while there is much more to explore in sales and marketing department, we believe we have provided a detailed introduction to their functions, roles, and key terms. This sets a strong foundation for our next topic, production. We hope you have found this content informative. See you in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.